What's going on, everyone? How are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. And today is an exciting day. I am going to show you guys one of my favorite stores in the Richmond area, and it is Oddballs Collectibles and Claire's Antiques. This store is so cool. They got tons of awesome stuff in here, tons of collectibles, comic books, action figures, video games, like a whole bunch of old like retro vintage stuff, and really some great stuff. So I can't wait to show you guys this store, and let's go ahead and take a look around. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and walk on in. And before we get into this toy hunt, I do want to say that there's not going to be any audio from inside the store. It's just going to be me narrating. And the reason for that is I still feel really weird kind of recording in public and talking when I'm by myself. It just feels weird and awkward. If my wife was with me, it makes things a whole lot easier because then I can kind of talk to her. But I'm just by myself and I'm just recording with my phone and I'm just like talking to you guys through my phone. It feels weird. I'm still new to this. I would like to record more when I'm out doing my toy hunts and stuff. I would like to do that more, and I would like to kind of get more used to it, but for right now I'm still new to it, and it's weird kind of breaking down that barrier of like trying to record in public. It's something that I'm not used to doing. I guess it just comes with being like a content creator. When you've been doing it for years, there are tons of people that do it naturally and they're not bothered by it. Me, I'm still new to it. It feels weird. So I apologize that there's not going to be any audio from inside the store. It's just going to be me narrating. I hope you guys don't mind, but with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get back to this toy hunt. And when you first walk into the store, off to the right, there is a huge glass cabinet filled with a lot of horror, collectibles, and action figures. It's so cool going through this stuff. Now, I'm not huge into horror, but there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. There's a lot of Halloween, Friday the 13th, Trick or Treat, tons of stuff in here. And there's even this really cool signed Rob Zombie picture. And I am big into metal, and so I love Rob Zombie, so that picture is really cool. And you got another cabinet beside the first one, and this one is filled with the same stuff. So if you're into horror, there's a lot here to check out. And right after those cases, you have a wall full of carded Ninja Turtles in these glass cases, and these were beautiful. My jaw dropped when I saw these. I could not believe these. The cards on these were fantastic looking. A lot of them were in protectors. They look so good. I was just in awe of looking at these, and there's some really rare ones in here too. And they even have pretty much the entire Universal Monsters line on card, so that's really cool. I have never seen this many vintage carded Ninja Turtles before in this good of condition as well. So this was a sight to behold. I was just in heaven looking at all of these. And also pain and torment because I couldn't afford them. But yeah, these were so great looking. These were so good. Love these. Look at Sandstorm there. I know he's a rare one. And this cabinet, this whole display is just fantastic looking. Fantastic. Man, if I just had 10 grand. And then I also found these awesome Storm collectibles. Love this King figure from Tekken. That looks sick. Then over here, I saw they have these G.I. Joe model kits. I was just looking at these on Big Bad Toy Store the other day, and these are awesome. You got Storm Shadow right here. and they even have snake eyes. And these look so good. So good. I was really contemplating getting these because if you've subscribed to the channel and you've watched my videos, you know I love building model kits. So these were really tempting to get. And then look at this Tekkaman figure. This thing is looking sick. Love this. Looks so good. And then I also saw this other Storm Collectibles, and here's a reptile from the Mortal Kombat line. I've never gotten into the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat line. I've considered it, but it's very expensive to get into. But this figure for only $90, not bad. Not bad at all. And this booth also has some really, really cool like anime figures. And down here you got this cool Kaiba figure from Yu-Gi-Oh! Got a whole bunch of plushies and everything. And there's even more anime figures over here, and nothing really that I'm interested in, but definitely some pretty cool stuff. Then I also found a cool bag of Thunder Megazord parts. Now these are really cool. I already have a Thunder Megazord, but this looks like it has some pieces that I'm missing. Don't want to ask if I can piece this out, so I'm just going to put that back. And look at this. I had this truck when I was a kid. This thing is awesome. I love this truck. I love going through stores like these and just seeing things that I played with from my childhood. It's so cool. This is one of the things I love about going into antique stores, is just finding some old stuff that brings back some great memories. And then you got this really cool carded April down here, and that's not a bad price on her either. Hey, what's up, dudes? I hope you're enjoying this video, and if you are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright, now let's get back to this video. Cowabunga, dude! And look at this cabinet here filled with like carded G.I. Joes and G.I. Joe vehicles, some really cool stuff. And look at this carded Slice from the Ninja Force line. Slice was always one of my favorites when I was younger, so that's really cool to see. And look over here, looks like that's Formo from the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. I believe it's Formo. And you got this really cool Ninja Turtles mech suit. You got some more G.I. Joe vehicles, some awesome stuff at this booth. And I didn't even realize it until editing this video, but I completely missed this pterodactyl from the Cave Turtles line. This thing is so cool, and it's really clean looking too. Can't believe I missed it, but I might have to go back and get it. And then you got this wall right here filled with like carded figures sitting on pegs. I love seeing stuff like this. And there's also a booth here that has some really cool artwork of like a lot of anime characters and everything, where they change depending on where you're looking at it from. Like, these things are so cool. Really cool. I love artwork like this. And then I found this awesome chrome vac metal Batman. I had this when I was a kid, and this is so cool. He's missing his sword though, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get him. I'm going to put him back for right now, and I'm going to think about it. They even have some really old model kits of like vehicles and airplanes and stuff. And you have this giant glass cabinets filled with trains and automobiles. This is really cool. Now you even have another booth filled with horror stuff. This is a lot of homemade things, and look at this grossed out Snoopy. That's giving me the creeps. And look at this cabinet here. Look at these G.I. Joes hidden in here. Now let's go ahead and leave because this is giving me the creeps. Now this booth right here looks like it's got some really cool stuff in it. Like, look at this Zelda book right here. It looks like it's from Breath of the Wild. You got a rotating cabinet here filled with, we'll say, Digimon cards. And you even have some World of Warcraft cards. Like, look at these. These look cool. I love that one with Illidan on it. Don't know if you guys know, but I do love some World of Warcraft. And look at these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. These are cool. Some vintage stuff here. Some new stuff, but some vintage. And look at these card backs. It's a bag filled with card backs. G.I. Joe, Battletoads, Batman the Animated Series. And look at this awesome Batman sign. This thing is huge. And you even got some more carded Ninja Turtles down here. Now this cabinet right here is one of my favorites. There's always some cool stuff in it. You got this Thunder Megazord. You got Thundercats back there. You got some Star Wars right here. And you even got some TMNT and Motu. Like, look at this worm right there. I really want that worm figure. He's cool. You got some more figures down here. You got some Ghostbusters and Transformers. Down here you got some Pokemon, some Dragon Ball Z, more Motu. You even have some Power Ranger flip heads. And back there it looks like a vintage Cheetor, so that's really cool to see. And I told y'all there were some retro games here, like look at these Super Nintendo and PS1 games. You got Spyro and Simpsons. And you even have some in-box Super Nintendo games, like Donkey Kong Country. And you even have this Nintendo 64 Rogue Squadron. That looks really good. Look at all these games. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And you have this whole other case filled with more vintage games. Duke Nukem 64. Love that game. I'm really contemplating picking that one up. And you even have some Pokemon cards. Like, you even have some vintage stuff in here. None of this is first edition. A lot of these are unlimited, but they're still really cool. Nonetheless, they're really cool. And at the same booth, you even have another cabinet that's filled with gaming consoles. Like, you have the PS1, you have this cool green Nintendo 64, you have PlayStation 3. You even have some more games down here. There's just so much cool stuff at this booth. And look at this giant Batcave Batman Forever playset. Don't see this every day. This is really cool to see. You got this cabinet here filled with Transformers. And you even have some more Pokemon cards. You even have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Even in this case down here, you have some more vintage holo Pokemon cards. These aren't first edition, they're all unlimited, but they're still really cool. I love seeing this stuff, it brings back so many memories. And you even have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards in here. Really cool stuff. And look at all of these graded comic books. These are insane looking to see this many graded comics. And look at this Amazing Spider-Man number 300. This is so cool. Love these. Love looking at this stuff. I've really been big into collecting comic books lately, so I like seeing all of this. Especially this Ghost Rider number 1. I would love to have that. Love to have that. And you even got some Marvel trading cards, and I know these are getting real collectible nowadays. There's a lot of people that are just now getting back into these. You got more trading cards and more graded comics over here. Really, really great stuff. Like, comics galore in this shop. So much good stuff. Now this is where things get crazy with this store. In the middle of the store, there's this giant section filled with glass cabinets. And there's tons of carded and vintage action figures in here. You get tons of G.I. Joes. You got all of these vehicles. You have the USS flag down there. So much cool stuff. Really, really great stuff to see. Every time I come here and I'll look in this section, it really tempts me to want to get into G.I. Joe, but I really know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but I want to. And look at this Dino Megazord in the box, and you even have this Dragonzord in the box as well. This is so cool to see, and they're really great condition as well. Look at these Thundercats, you got Lino right there, you have some Star Trek. You got Voltron down here, so that's cool. Got so much good stuff. And these cabinets, they just continue. And look at these Ninja Turtles. And this is the gem of the store in my opinion. The G.I. Joe flag still in the box, 100% complete. This is insane to look at. And look at this Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy, still in the box, really cool. And that is it for my toy hunt here at Oddballs, Collectibles, and Claire's Antiques. This is an amazing store. They have a huge variety of collectibles, retro video games, and just everything. And this is one of my favorite stores. They always have new stuff coming in. Every time I come into this store, there's always something new to check out. It's never boring. It's always great stuff. And I didn't include everything in this video. I wanted to leave stuff out purposely because I want you guys to come to the store and check it out for yourselves. And I want you, when you come here, to be surprised with everything that you see. I want it to be a brand new experience for you when you come into this store. And I'm going to have the address for this store down in the description below so you can go check them out when you're in the area. And so with that, let's go ahead and get into my haul. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out my haul. Now, I did get some Ghost Rider comic books. This is something that I've kind of decided that I want to do. I would like to start actually collecting Ghost Rider comics. I've always loved the character. I think he's really cool, and this is just something that I want to start doing. So I picked up a few Ghost Rider comics. So I got Ghost Rider number 13 here. Picked this up. Really like that one. Saw this one here, Ghost Rider number 67. Now this one is really cool. I love this one. So glad I was able to pick this one up, and it was only $5, and it looks like it's in pretty good condition. And next up, I got the Ghost Rider and Blaze Spirits of Vengeance comic book issue 6, and this is the one with Venom. Now look at that. That looks sick. That artwork right there, that looks so cool. And I also collect Pit comics, and I love the character Pit. So I had to get this issue right here, Max versus Pit. And the same with this one. It has this comic book right here features Pit on it. So it's Bad Rock and Company number 1. So when I saw this one here, I had to pick this one up. Now back to this comic book right here. And this is one thing that comic book collectors understand, is when you buy a book like this and it's in like this old bag. It's not even boarded. It's just not in the greatest shape. And it's like when you take a book like this and you just take it out of this old dusty bag, like look at that. Look at the difference of that. How bright that is now compared to this. So toss that to the side. You have a brand new bag and board right here. And before we put this book in that bag and board, let's just go ahead and look this thing over. Like the edges aren't too bad. There's not like any like whitening or anything on the edges there. This comic book is actually in pretty good condition. Really cool. So glad I was able to pick this up. Some of the pages are a little messed up, but you know what? It is what it is. A $5 comic book for a issue that came out a long time ago, still in good condition. You take this, you put that in there, and you just, it feels like you're just like saving the book by taking it out of this old dusty bag, no board or anything to protect it. You can just put it in a brand new bag and board, and it just looks so much better. It's just a feeling. It's a satisfaction feeling that you get as a comic book collector whenever you come across books like that aren't bagged or boarded properly, and you just take it home, you just put it in a nice bag and board, and it just feels so good. That feeling is just, it's something else. But this comic book right here, it's finally safe. And last, I was able to pick something up for my Ninja Turtle collection. I didn't have an April O'Neil. This is my first vintage April O'Neil to add to my vintage Ninja Turtle collection. And this thing is really cool. I was so glad I was able to pick one up, and for a decent price too. I think I got her for $18. Now she doesn't come with her accessories, but that's completely fine. I at least now have an April O'Neil to add to my collection. And that is it for today's toy hunt. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, please go check out Oddballs, Collectibles, and Claire's Antiques. It is a fantastic store, and be sure to check out the description box below. That's where I'm going to have the address information for the shop as well. So that's going to do it for today's video. I'm Dude Retro, and I'll see y'all next time.